This is Big Papi Racing. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome for the first event of the 2019 Diecast Olympics. I'm your host, Jim Potts, and we'll be going to the first event today called The Push. It's a very simple event, and now we'll give you a demonstration of how it works. Each vehicle will be released from a 3D bot maker starting gate. It will go down a short stretch of track to level ground and strike a cushioned wooden block. The block itself weighs 40 grams, about the size of a car. Once the car strikes the block, it pushes it down the track. The block will travel down the track, and whatever distance it goes will be recorded. If the vehicle continues and strikes the block a second or third time, the total distance is recorded. If the vehicle goes off the track, or if the block is thrown from the track, they will have a second opportunity to record a push and a good distance. So let's get to this. Nick Deaver's team will be up first. His first entry, the 99 X-Side stock car. He'll start down the track, have a good initial burst, will come strike the block a second time, and Nick Deaver's will end with a 1.69 feet. Second entry, the King Kenny Pro Funny Car. He starts down the track. Oh, good initial burst, throws the block down 2-3, hits it 3 times. And he's going to end up with a 2.19 feet for the King Kenny stock car. The Deaver's team last entry, the Sidekick. He's released down the track. Comes good initial burst, what a push. He's going to get a second strike and a third. He pushes the block to 1.98. So Nick Deaver's kicks us off with a 2.19, a 1.98, and a 1.69 in the push. Next up, Diecast 64 Racing. His first entry, a Ferrari F40. A little lighter vehicle, but he starts down the course. Good initial strike. He'll get a second and 1.8. Next up, the number 44 Pontiac Stalker. Down the track he goes. Good initial burst. In the push, will he get a second tap? He does. A little bit of a third, and he ends with a 1.93. That's 1.93. His last entry, a Firebird Funny Car, T-Rex variety. Down the track, here's the strike. Good push. Gets a second push in, and he's going to get a 1.92. He is still on the track, so the 1.92 is his push. So after 2 teams, Nick Deaver still holds first and second. Diecast 64 has taken third, fourth, and fifth. Nick Deaver's rounding out in the 5th spot. Next up, the League of Speed. His first entry, also a Ferrari F40. His Ferrari starts down the track, gets a good initial burst, almost clears, back to the track, and gets his bumps. He ends with a 1.92. I know it looks a little further, but we'll level it out here and see 1.92 is his measurement. His second entry is Funny Car as he starts down the track. Good initial burst, keeps the block on the track, second, third tap, and he ends in a 2.47. Ladies and gentlemen, 2.47. League of Speed's last entry, a Sidekick. Down the track he goes. Good head burst, good push. Good push. He's going to get a second, third. Oh, goodness, folks, 2.51. 2.51. League of Speed with 2 tremendous pushes. That changed the standings. League of Speed now in first and second with a 2.51, 2.47. Nick Deaver's 2.19 is still holding third. Next up, Michael's Diecast Garage. His first entry, a Ford F-150. And here we go. Down the track, he's going to take his shot, gives a good push. The Ford not able to get a second, though. Ends with a 1.59. First entry, 1.59. Second up, a Mustang Funny Car. Funny Car's been doing great today. Here's the initial burst. Wow, nice push, nice push. There's 1, 2. Will he get a third? Yes, 2.48. He's using a fantasy entry for number 3, the Roger Dodger 2.0. Here he comes down the track with a strike. Oh, not much. A light car. He's going to end with a 1.15. League of Speeds 2.51 still holds first, but MDG got a 2.48, moving him to second, and League of Speed with a 2.47 in third. Next up, Ohio Valley Racing and Hot Wheel Racer Mike. His first entry, a 56 Flash Cider. And here he goes. Down the track, has a good initial push, and he's going to get a little tap for the second and end with a 1.5. That's 1.5 feet. Mike's second entry, a T-Rex Firebird funny car. Down the track he starts. They've been doing really good. Oh yeah, nice push to start with. Second, third tap, and he ends with a 2.05. A 2.05 for Michael. His next entry, a sidekick. Starts down the track. Nice initial burst. Gives a good one. And a second, and a third tap. 2.14. 2.14 for his last push. The top 4 did not change. Michael was able to move into 5th and 6th places with his 2.14 and 2.05. Next up, Red Pill Racing. His first entry, the number 51 stock car. This is a pretty nice car, heavy car. Starts down the track. Gets an initial hit, strikes a second time, third and tap. 2.43, a 2.43 for his first. His funny car, the Probe funny car, is second. Comes down, nice shot, pushes that block down, and he ends with a 2.11. His third entry is the Carbonite. Heavy, low flung car. Starts down the track. One nice push. Second, third, 2.59, which will get him first place right now, 2.59. League of Speed, second, 2.51, and MDG, 2.48 in third. So, Diecast Racer X is next up. His first entry, the Valvoline T-Bird stock car. He starts down the track. Gets an initial hit, and the car just sort of stops, doesn't get maybe just a tap in the second. 1.6 on his first attempt. Second entry is the Firebird funny car. A lot of those running today. Here's a shot. You see why. Oh goodness. 2.3. He's going 2.52. 2.52, folks. And the third entry, a Turbulence. Low car. Here he comes. Hits the bump. Gives a good push. Not a lot of momentum behind him, but he does one more, 1.66. So Diecast Racer X moves into second with a 2.52, dropping League of Speed to third. And you will notice that Diecast Racer X has a Ford F-150 listed down at the 1.6. That is a Valvoline T-Bird stalker. It's a mistake I've made on the spreadsheet. We will correct that later. Next up, it's the home team, Big Papi Racing. Their first entry, the IROC stock car. Comes down, a little bit of a light car, gets an initial burst, but you're not going to have much after that. Ends up at a 1.28. 1.28. His second, an F-150 pickup. Starts down the track. Gets a good initial burst, but the truck does not follow up with a second. 1.6. Nothing good for Big Papi at the moment. Firebird funny car in the rail. Here we go. Funny car redeems him a little bit. Gets a 2.37. So Big Papi's 2.37 is not good enough to break into the medals. So we go to the next heats. Next up, Nero 62. The Dodge stock car is his first entry. A little bit of a lightweight car for this event. He starts down the track. Gets a good initial hit. Just doesn't have the momentum to follow up, and he's going to end up maybe with a little bit of a tap. 1.03. Next is his Chevy Silverado. The truck starts down the track, gets a good initial hit, and he doesn't get much of a second chance at it. He does get a little No, not at all. 1.52. His last entry is a Mustang funny car. He starts down the track. What a shot. Look at that bar go. 2.61. Nero 62 has taken the lead with a 2.61. Dropping Red Pill to second and Diecast Racer X to third. Next up, 3D Botmaker. He starts with a red Ford 150. Down the track he goes. Gives it a bump. And will not give it a second. 1.39. 1.39 is Botmaker's first. Second, not so funny car. Starts his track. Initial burst. Knocks the block down. And he is going to end with a 2.04. 2.04. Not quite sure if that's good enough to break. And here's the sidekick, his last entry. Sidekick starts down. Nice initial, and the sidekick's going to give it another shot. And he gets a 2.26, which will move him up to 9th place, but not into medal contention. Let's go with our next group. Mr. Mom's Racing. His first entry, the classic Cobra. Heavy car, down the row he goes. Initial block is hit, pushed. And he'll get a second tap. He ends up with a 1.96. His second vehicle, the 56 Flash Cider. Starts down the track. Nice bump. Flash Cider's going to get 2 in. Pushes them up 2.4. 2.4 for the Flash Cider. Now the last car in the event. The Probe Funny car comes down, hits him, busts him again, and he's going to end it with a 2.41. 2.41. So Mr. Moms is not able to break into the top 3. Your gold medal winner is Nero 62 with the Mustang funny car. Red Pill Racing gets the silver with the Carbonite, and Diecast Racer X with the Firebird funny car wins the bronze. As you can see, for each place, their points. Points are given from the highest finishing 33 all the way down to 1 for last place. This is the first section here and the last 15 entries here. When you total the 3 entries points, they're transferred to the team. And as you can see, right now Red Pill Racing is ahead with 79. League of Speed 71.5, Mr. Moms 67, and so on. Here is the current medal count, with first, second, and third being gold, silver, and bronze. And here are your medal winners. Third place to the T-Rex funny car from Diecast Racer X. Second place to Carbonite from Red Pill Racing. And your gold medal goes to the Mustang funny car Nero 62. Look for our event next week.
This has been a Big Papi Racing production.